Good morrows, my friends! My name is XaneKudo, and welcome back to Cupid. Last time we left off, we just got done with the party. So, now we're going to continue playing the party. So let's try it. After the performance, Catherine and Rosa went to the Marquise garden to play. I gotta work on my French. Francois and Guillemette lingered on their table, sorting out the details of Catherine's further education. Emile Prairie wandered about the crowd, searching for a familiar face. She had arrived halfway through Catherine's performance, just in time to gush at the little sister's applause. Ah, so that's her older sister. The neck is kind of big. Unfortunately, she couldn't find her father in the crowd. When she finally caught sight of the back of his head, she approached him hastily.
Father, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Immediately stopped as she saw the man her father was talking to. It was none other than the Marquis himself. She fixed her hair subconsciously and curtsied.
Oh, my lord, pardon my intrusion. I didn't realize.
Guillemette smiled at her kindly. You are free to intrude any time, my lady. Emily smiled back. Just as rumor said, the Marquis was easy on the eyes. Oh my! To whom do I have the pleasure of your acquaintance? This is my eldest daughter, Emile. Pardon me for not introducing her sooner. Charmed. Guillemette offered her a seat. Emile sat down across the man. Well, it seems talent and good looks run in the family. Francois rubbed his neck. Yes, my daughters are my pride and joy. Thankfully, they both took after their mother. Surely not, Monsieur Beard. The eyes of yours, earnest and loving eyes. Emily snorted at such sappy words, but she was oh so entranced by them. Her father was clearly basking in the compliments. If this really was the famous Guillemette the rumors talked about, then he wasn't exactly much of a charmer, was he? She didn't know what the fuss was all about. The ladies in the house she worked for could not seem to stop talking about this man. Admittedly, there was something more curious about the way he looked at people. Like he was always distracted. He can only say words that were expected of him.
I'm pleased I finally meet you, sire.
So, the Marquis is not who he seems to be.
I heard a lot about you on my travels.
All good things, I hope.
Depends on the tabloid and the day of the week.
Emilia thought to herself and chuckled. You are a governess, I was told. Where do you work?
With the Dimitri household, sire.
Yes. I heard you were marrying into the family soon.
Oh, father, I told you not to tell anyone yet.
I didn't, but you know how people talk. Words travel fast. Control the conversation, my lady.
Please.
To be true, there's a mocking man, I'm sure. The conversation endured throughout the afternoon. Small talk, music composers, their little town, the fact that the words are barely able to read, confined with the fact that it's in front of a White House. Catherine's musical background, Francois' students, Emile's work. Emile played with her napkin, offering droll opinions on a particularly droll topics, because as we all know, droll is new awesome. All throughout the exchange, Emile observed the infamous Marquis de Gaulle. This was him? The audacious, shameless flirt of the royal court and tabloids? According to rumors, he was able to bed both the widow Countess of Devonshire and her daughter. Marquis, what have you been up to? At the same time? Oh my! Marquis, what kind of rumors are going on about you? and even had a tumultuous relationship with the Prince of Garnet. So he goes both ways. He didn't limit himself to royalty, so the tabloids said. His latest fling was with an English poet, who, they say, almost killed him when he was caught with another man. What? Or woman. I'm sorry, what? So, I guess he goes all ways. Never knew. At this point, who knew what was real and what was a blatant lie made up by the newspapers? She had looked forward to meeting him. And here he was, finally. Talking about sampling new bakeries, creme brulee. She couldn't say she was disappointed. But the Marquis was an impressively normal man. Well, that's tabloids for you. They exaggerate everything, and only to find out that it's nothing like that. Maybe even boring, really eventually. She watched his gaze flicker across her hair and her nails before lazily trailing away. How infuriating. She wondered if he would suddenly say something coy. Or just dance with her. Just something outrageous. Honestly, so she could shoot him down. This man who everyone was interested in. That would be a small victory for a reasonable woman everywhere. But the Marquis was nothing but polite. He did not oogle. He did not touch unnecessarily. No audacious gestures or suggestive winks of the eye. He would not even look at her for more than 2 seconds. Yeah, tabloids suck dick. Always want to exaggerate. Maybe she was not pretty enough to flirt with? Talent. Though, then again, neck. Emilia bit her lip. She shouldn't be thinking that. But there were also times that he would quietly look into her eyes when the conversation lulled. When the words spoken were without meaning, their eyes would converse further. Did he just glow? Gillimer just glowed! Okay. To Emilia, he started to look lonely underneath the facade of caprice. He seemed tired of all the gallivanting, the rumors, and the numerous flings. We were all a little naughty. Perhaps even he. He invited the family over to his chateau and commented on how empty the building felt sometimes. Music was his guilty pleasure. It got him through the cold nights, he said with a sad grin. How he wouldn't mind a warm soul to touch. And before she could stop herself, Emilia had begun to imagine his lips on her neck. Oh, okay, so I guess he got under her skin now. We're in black territory. On one of those cold nights. Whoa, 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 whoa. Emilia, I think you need to calm down. That was a wet dream, woman. Whew. Oh, Lord. Emilia shook her head, trying to erase the thoughts in her mind. They were having a perfectly mundane conversation. She didn't know where those thoughts came from. Fortunately, her father didn't seem to notice. Music and loneliness struck a nerve with Francois arrived. He had immersed himself in his music tutoring, his students, and Catherine. Ever since his wife had gotten sick. It had been 6 years. But sometimes the nights were cold. For Francois, the Marquis was speaking to his soul. He was a kindred spirit. Speaking of kindred spirits, I will play that, maybe. So stay tuned for that. He wasn't a pompous showgirl like all the other royalty Catherine had played for. The Marquis even had a wine collection he wanted to show Francois. Such a down-to-earth, generous young man. Emil, your face is flushed. Are you alright?
I'm fine. Just the sun, probably.
That was not true, of course. The afternoon sun had already lost most of its heat. Thankfully, Catherine provided a distraction. She ran towards her little huddle and flung her arms around her father's torso, chattering happily about gardens and butterflies. The young ragged woman followed behind her. Oh, 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 oh. There's gonna be a rivalry between Emilia and Rosa. Okay. Emilia wasn't sure how old the girl was. Her dirty blonde hair hung the left side of her face. You could just see faint traces of scars peeking through. A surge of motherly affection caught hold of her heart.
Hello there, young lady.
The girl looked down at her toes, but she gave a shy smile.
I see you made a crown of flowers. You look very pretty. Thank you, madam. Catherine gave it to me. Sister, this is Rosa. She's really nice. She knows the names of all the flowers in Sir Kitty's garden. Catherine, there you go again with those silly names. Sister, how we convince Papa to let Rosa stay with us?
Catherine?
Papa, please. Please let her stay with us. She doesn't have anywhere to go.
No, Catherine, that is not very nice. Rosa here is a girl. She is not a kitten you could just pluck from the street and take home like you always do with stray animals. Goodness knows we have all the stray cats of friends living in our house. Do you know how much kitty litter I have to clean up?
Yes, I know she's not a kitten. I know she's a girl. But shouldn't we take her home even more so?
Francois sighed. Gilmer chuckled under his breath. He was clearly enjoying the exchange. Your daughter has some very unique views of her eye.
Well, Sir Gilly, what do you think?
Gilmer's face lost its casual bystander look.
You're a marquis. I'm sure my father will follow your orders, right? Should we take Rosa home?
Gilmer's brows furrowed like being put on the spot so suddenly. He sort of glanced at Francois, who was silently pleading with him with his eyes not to humor the child. He cleared his throat. Well, I'm sure it's up to your father since he owns the house. He will have to clothe and feed Rosa.
Yes, but I got it all figured out. Ever since Sister moved to work, nobody minded the house anymore. And I had to wash the dishes every time. Ugh, dishes. Papa's so busy, and we always have enough food for the two of us. And Rosa says that I wouldn't be so lonely on my own. She wears Sister's old clothes and would mind the house when both Sister and Father are away. She can wash the dishes sometimes, and I'll wash them sometimes.
Gilmer and Francois shared a look.
And besides, if it were up to me, I'd have people take one girl home in their house and give her food. Girls don't even eat that much. I'm not sure about boys.
She thought for a bit.
But I'm sure it's not too much that people can't take them home too. One time, I ate one whole plate of potatoes and my stomach hurt. If Rosa were there, I wouldn't eat so much. Maybe.
Gilmer couldn't help but laugh. Francois rubbed his neck in embarrassment. I'm so sorry, sire. She's very headstrong.
Father, I'm sure taking Rosa in wouldn't be much trouble for us financially now, yes. When you work pays better, I'm sure we can adjust.
Well, about that. Perhaps if Rosa works in my household, it wouldn't be much of a burden on your family, said Brad.
Sir Gilly is correct!
You're truly a kind soul, sire. Not at all. I'm sure I need her help more than she needs mine. Isn't that right, Rosa? In that case, I would love to offer my home to Rosa. Although I'm still worried that this is supposed to be more complicated, sire. What about our family? Or her friends? Are they violating any laws, perhaps? I'm not even sure. As long as it is consensual, sire, the details can be smoothed out later. The girl was quiet the whole time. She was looking at her toes. Or at Catherine. Either way, they're about the same height. Rosa, do you have any family, relatives, or friends you stay with?
No, sire. My mother died a long time ago, but she guides me always. So please don't be compelled to mind me. No! Don't go back to the streets, Rosa! In September, it's going to be really cold soon. You're killing me to give me work. Stay with us, please!
But, Catherine... Francois sighed in surrender. Alright. She can stay for the night.
Papa!
Just for tonight. Then we'll see if she wants to stay for longer. Catherine, you cannot hold people in their places because you want them there. Do you understand? If Rosa wants to leave, she may leave. You cannot keep her like an object. Gilliman cleared his throat. That's a sound advice, Sir Bride.
Yes, Papa. I understand.
Rosa, please make yourself comfortable in our home.
Thank you. Papa is the best!
Catherine turned to Gillimer again.
Sergei, do you think if everyone in a house takes one person home, nobody will freeze in the winter? You should make it into a law. They'll obey you because you're a marquis. And because you're tall.
Oh. So people will obey my orders because I am tall. What a compliment.
Well, you're taller than my papa at least. He'll never be a marquis.
Well, that's just mean. Francois pulled on his daughter's ear with embarrassment. Catherine, mind your manners. I'm so sorry, sire. I don't know what's coming over her. I think she's busy having these episodes, I believe. Speaking of, forgiving my daughter, where is Emilie? Gilliman shook his head, his eyes trailing over the parade family. Emilie watched him curiously. That same sadness again surfaced for the briefest moment. You have a lovely family, sire. I am quite jealous. Maybe want to settle down myself someday. He chuckled. Maybe. Emilie's heart skipped a beat. Oh, Emilie, do you want to lay up with the Marquis and see if all the rumors were true about him betting a man and a woman and men? Everyone. Did he just look at her when he said that? She couldn't be sure. Catherine is perfect the way she is. It is one of the reasons why I am very invested in her. Gilliman knelt down so he was eye to eye with Catherine. He patted her head. You are a very intelligent and kind-hearted girl, Catherine. You are a star. Born in Etoile. Someday, I know you will change the world. Okay, I know Etoile. Why? Because I fucking watched Strawberry Panic, and let me tell you... Oh, yeah. Continuing. At least, I'd like to see you try.
Mother.
Uh-oh.
Help me.
Did we skip something?
My chest.
Oh boy.
I can't breathe. No.
Oh. Oh. What? Hold on. Is that a sign? Is that a sign that Catherine's going to die? Oh? Chapter 2. What the fuck? It's funny, is it not? They always leave you. Such the way of the world. The more you love, the more you lose. It seems like they'll stay forever, but they never do. I'm the only one who stays, my lovely rose. My love is the only love you need. You were always so weak. Always so loving to people who did not deserve it. I told you to get rid of her, didn't I? I told you to be wary. I knew from the start, my rose. Oh. More. Yes. Oh, God. Oh. So many choices. Oh. I remember the first chapter there was a lot of choices, but... Okay. Selfish or led you astray? Which one is more motherly? Okay, so she was selfish. You fought so hard. You never used to fight with me. But now, she killed herself. Oh, wait, so Catherine died? You sacrificed, lost her in her selfish ways. I knew she would have just caused you pain. Another choice? Oh, I put that 11 on. Okay. But wait. Hold on. So Catherine's dead? Catherine died? Oh my God! Catherine died. Now, which choice is more motherly this time? I'm glad I'm not glad she's dead. I'm glad you're back to me. The lesser of two evils, I suppose. I was so worried about you, darling. She had almost led you astray. Away from me. Trusting mother, darling. I am just glad to have you back to myself. Your silence bothers me, child. Well, of course, considering the fact that, let me see, oh yeah, a freaking 7-year-old fucking hung herself. She was important to me, Mother. I loved her. Mother only laughed as Rosa screamed down her pain. Rosa felt strong arms shake her awake. Rosa. She opened her eyes and was hit by a strange sadness that crushed her. She was dazed for a moment. Why was she so sad? And then she remembered. Her best friend was gone. She was gone. Rosa, how were you feeling? Gilmore sat by her bed and handed hers. Rosa didn't realize she had been holding on to it tightly in her photo sleep. She broke from his grasp and clutched her knees. Rosa, she remained silent. I came to check on you. You went into shock and lost consciousness. I can only imagine how hard that must have been for you to see blood bleed. Okay, so... Wow! Wow! Wow. Oh, wow! I'm in shock right now. His words echo into her brain. Yes, he did not register much of their meaning. Rosa still refused to speak, and Gillimer fidgeted with his glove. The vote will take place as soon as possible, Rosa. I just wanted to let you know that she is being taken care of. He's hiding something. There was a slight triumph in Mother's voice. He wants to get rid of her body as soon as possible. Don't you see it, child? Tell me you're not falling for this. Rosa was tired. Mother always said vexatious things. Get out of my head, Mom! She hated anyone who came close to Rosa's heart. Rosa didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to deal with anything right now. All she wanted to do was wallow in her loneliness. To curl up in the head whole Catherine left behind and sleep. My child, tell me you see it. The fear? I didn't see any fear. I don't know, George, but yeah, I didn't see any fear in her eyes. I don't remember that. I do remember unperturbed. Well, I suppose so, if he's, undisturbed by it, but then again, I don't know, well, they were kind of close, but I guess as a marquis or as a man, you have to be brave, because that's how I was when my father died. I didn't cry. I had to be the brave one, so, when times are tough, you can't really be, well, you can be sad, but sometimes you have to have one person to be tough for everybody else. Like, everybody else can be crying and going, letting out their emotions, but you always have that one person who has to be the man, has to be the one, the rock to keep everybody afloat, the one that everybody can lean on when things get tough. So, for my father's funeral, I was kind of like that rock. So, I guess in here, it's not so much that he's undisturbed by it, but the fact that he wants to be a rock for Rosa. That's what I'm getting, but I'm just gonna go with that. Actually, you know what? That would be too straightforward. Let's try this. You have seen it, haven't you? She was mostly hostile. But sometimes, when her sanity returned, she was afraid. Afraid of this man. How well do you know him, child? I've known him for as long as I know Catherine, Mother. He is a close friend. I didn't ask how long you know him, but how well. Beyond the mask that he displays in public view, do you even know his past? Do you even know any of his ambitions or secrets? He was always a private man, Mother. Think back, child. Isn't it curious how all his past relationships have ended in disaster? Everything he touches crumbles. That is not enough to accuse him of anything. You idiot! He is different. He does not belong. You have felt it too, haven't you? Rosa looked back at Gillimer with new eyes now. The hint of doubt slid out from beneath her sadness. Rosa wanted something to blame, a cast for all of her regrets. Gillimer seemed like the perfect candidate, didn't he? Yes, I'm finally seeing it. Open your eyes, child. It made sense. Gillimer and Catherine's relationship began to peter off into coldness right before she died. Her mental instability only served to compound a fracture in their relationship. Perhaps Gillimer was tired of her and had her killed off for convenience. Well, I still don't know how she died. Well, hanging, but still. Or perhaps Catherine, in a psychotic state, has killed herself despite him. Rosa stared at the man beside her. He is not to be trusted, child. He is a demon. Gillimer returned Rosa's angry stare with a resolute look. I know you must hate me, Rosa. I'm aware that I only aggravated Catherine's condition with my presence. I know the feeling when I am not wanted. He stood up, a hard, yet kind look in his face. Just remember that I will always be here. As much as I was there for Catherine, she knew she spat me out. Rosa bit her lip. When Catherine had refused to eat, Having Gilman was better and attended to her. Despite Catherine hurting abuse at him, he had tried to care for the sick woman himself. So she was sick? Unless she's the mental one, she was, I don't know.
Lies! All lies! Keeping up appearance.
Then what is it that he has done, Mother? Catherine committed suicide. It was not by his hand that she died.
Are you just going to leave it at that, you dumb, ignorant child? Look at his face and tell me that you trust him wholeheartedly.
Rosa tried to search for the answer in Gilmer's eyes. But, as always, his face betrayed only few emotions. I don't know. Mother was screaming now.
He killed her! I am sure he did. And you're letting him get away with it.
Please,
my head hurts. And you said you loved her. You never loved her, you selfish ignoramus of a child. I've always known you were this selfish. Just like your father. Stop! You throw people away. Then you throw me away without it was inconvenienced you. Admit it. You secretly believed I died. No! Stop it!
She screamed back at that last voice. Her mouth quivered. Gilmer stared at Rosa in shock. The outburst had accidentally come out loud. He had pulled the plug that kept her tears from pouring out. Her outward vision clouded, and she blinked them away again and again. She was not sobbing. She did not even realize her face was wet. Gilmer and Rosa stared at each other, both kindred in their sorrow. He knelt down by Rosa's bed and wiped her tears with his hand. He did not say anything while doing this, and Rosa stared blankly ahead. It almost stunned her how many tears a person's eyes could carry. I loved her too, Rosa. He said it after a while. I know what you are feeling. She didn't know if it was her own or her mother's anger was somehow influencing her, but her chest heaved. She balled up her fist so tightly that her fingernails hurt.
Shut up.
She spat, and the man recoiled at the uncharacteristic bitterness of her voice. Of her words, at least.
Catherine was afraid of you in her last days. You did something to her. I know it.
She could feel Mother inside her head, building up her anger.
He has to be punished. You are to blame. He has to atone. I know you were guilty. He must be punished.
Gilbert stared at her dumbfounded for a few seconds, but the man didn't try to appease her. He only sat closer to Rosa and wrapped her arms around her, his arms around the second girl.
Let go of me! I hate you! Let go!
But Gilbert didn't. If you need something to eat, then I'll accept your meat. But you must accept my comfort too. I need you to, right now, Rosa. Now more than ever. You were the only one who loved her as much as I did. Gilbert's words brought back Catherine in Rosa's mind. Almost at once, the anger was replaced with a sadness so heavy she couldn't breathe. Why was she so angry again? She was focusing on anger instead of pain. It was easier. The real tears came, all for the loss of the girl they both loved. Tomorrow was not going to come. There were only right now the loss of two friends who were loved one. Rosa cried until she thought she would be able to stop, and Gilmer finally helped her. Slowly, the women began to settle into sobs, and only then did it speak again. Stay in the chateau, Rosa. I know you are thinking of leaving now to Catherine. but I can't let you wander the streets again. I will take care of you. It's what Catherine wanted. Like a spell being broken, those words brought back her anger. How could you possibly know what Catherine wants? She pushed his arms away from her. She's dead. The other Gilmer's mouth pursed, and he stepped away. I want you to go. Please leave me. Gilmer sighed and closed his eyes. I understand. He turned on his heels and left without another word. Hours seemed like minutes to her. She would fall asleep and awaken to an unquick interval so often that she had lost the exact time. Awake, she would stare at a part of the wall with no coherent thoughts roaming in her mind. One would think morning should be spent in an oppressive frenzy. All the reason to grieve are yours, after all. She could wail now if she wanted. She could pull on her hair, curse the skies. She could reminisce the part, admire the reality of human lives. Unfortunately, here was something less poetic. Pain was simple. It was clean. It was a well-sharpened knife that sliced through the heart in one stroke. No blood, no mess. Only pain. Empty. When tears were spent, there was just a hole where your heart had been. The hurt called out to you. It lingered. But since there was nothing there anymore, you couldn't find where the pain ended and you began. Rosa slept all day. The sun had gone down twice before she shifted from her bed. She stood up slowly, deliberately, with a purpose. My child, you know I hurt when you're hurt. Already a surge of power flowed within her, fueled by her grief. The power filled her up, but there was so much emptiness inside that the energy seemed to saturate her whole body. Purpose was always a balm for grief. But what are you going to do? Mother? Tell me what to do. Oh, no. Rosa, no. Oh, God. Retribution, maybe? It's I think justice, I think, is going to go after Gilmer and kill him. So retribution for that. Starts with his guilt, child. Uncover his lies. Crush his mask. He must pay for everything he has done. Rosa didn't speak, but she started to form the words in her mind, feeling them in her bones, giving life to every thought. She took a small knife and carved a symbol on the floor. It didn't mean much, a guilt spell. It didn't aim to punish, it only aimed to inform. She needs to know how much guilt the man carried, and the source of such guilt. If the guilt was concrete and came up with direct action, then she would know Gilliman disciplined Catherine. And it had been a while since she had used magic. So wait, we have magic in here now? It used to be the only way she could protect herself from the world. Mother had taught her, and now Mother guided her as she passed the spell. She needed the possession of the man. Rosa opted for his voice, still fresh from memory. She focused on the last conversation they shared. If you need something to hear it, I will take care of it. I need you. His words made Rosa feel the stress and confusion. Always, it was this feeling. The feelings weren't foreign. It had been there for years. I will always be here for you. Rosa felt a violent force upturn her stomach, and a flash of red just came into the screen. What was that? It was that horrid lurch just before vomiting. You failed! The spell collapsed in the brain. Focus, idiot child, or you'll lose your chance! Rosa tried again. This time, she focused on Gillimer's eyes. Cold, like flints of steel, dark and fathomless. No grief except, perhaps, for the situation. No cabin. No pain of loss. This didn't matter. The relationship was dying anyway. Where was his guilt? Rosa dug deeper. She increased the chanting on her lips. No torment. No uncertainty. No guilt. The spell fell again. She searched once more and found nothing. There was no guilt in Gillimer's eyes. She could stop the spell now, knowing that he was innocent. The spell had worked, and Gillimer was blameless. But this absence was most distressing. Rosa desperately pushed her mind further, almost wishing there was traces behind it beyond her reach. Guilt should be present in any loss, no matter how little. Did we blame ourselves for our own loss? Don't we hate ourselves and punish ourselves, even if it wasn't our fault? It didn't have to be real, but we need guilt to feel pain. But Gillimer didn't have a silver of guilt. Vicious pain took hold of her again, squeezing her stomach with murderous intent. Pain was so great, Rosa was sure the spell had failed or succeeded. Something was wrong. Before Rosa could agree with Mother, she felt a sharp pain in her throat. Rosa clutched her neck, scraping, scratching. A sharp, jagged lump was blocking her breathing. She could feel the edges crawl up her windpipe. Tearing the soft walls as it moved about. Wait, is that a knife? The pain did not stop. Oh! Rosa fell to her knees and gagged. Huge drops of blood splattered right down her chin. She thrashed about like a woman being strangled. Mother remained calm, unaffected by Rosa's distress. Rosa was about to expel whatever it was. Tears ran down her face. The horrible acidic taste coated her tongue. Finally, she opened her mouth and forced the vile thing out. She kept her eyes shut, she afraid to look at whatever had come out of her. But a choking feel gripped her, and she puked again. The liquid dripped down her mouth, thickening and congealed. It wasn't spitting, but blood. It gathered around her knees in a growing pool. Rosa panted. Every breath was laced with pain. But the gruesome effect had finally stopped. She wiped the sweat on her forehead. Something on the floor reflected light. She showed the copper hand what was in front of her. She reached out with a hand, and the prick of something sharp made her recoil. She tried it again, this time seeing more clearly. Rosa picked up the item with shaking hands. Needles! We're saving here. We are saving here. Okay. We're done. Oh god, the story is starting to get really crazy right now. Really, really fucking crazy. Like, holy shit crazy. Oh man. Well, next time we're going to pick it up and we're going to see just how fucking crazy more the story can go in. So, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like this video and are not disturbed by anything in here, please share it with your friends so that you can all be disturbed by anything in here together. And so, until next video, see you next time.